So we have got the first batch of Futties, and we've got a couple of SBCs / a lot of objectives, which is very nice. I feel like they've started Futties off pretty well. And we all kind of expected now, Futties is the final promo, it goes in, we get the unlimited grind, everything just becomes pretty much finishing off what you can get now. You get the max rated team, and then we move in to the FC25 news, which is coming out in abundance, but I want to see that a little bit later. I kind of don't want to know about it in July because we've got at least two and a bit months to go. So when it comes to these Futties, are they actually worth it? Because we've saw huge upgrades from the Make Your Marks, from the Path to Glories. Are these Futties worth the upgrade? Now, there is 3 different sections of them. You've got the heroes, you've got the normal Futties, and you've got the icons. So if we were to look at the heroes first, granted, I can imagine there'll be some weeks where we get more heroes, and then some weeks we get more icons. It's just how it will go. There seems to be a lot of SBCs as well. Kaka already came out for incredible value for him. And same with, who was it? It was Futre. He's like 90,000 coins, I think he was. He was 82,000. I mean, it's not like he's a 99 in the absolute top, but 81,000 for him is an absolute steal. Like that's just a must complete regardless, especially, well, personally for my benefit. I like collecting these Futties cards. These are the best of the best in every position. Sometimes during Road to the Final, Winter Wildcard, you could get like a 800k SBC and think, well, he's not going to be the highest rated, but he's decent right now. This is going to be the only version of Future left. There is normally very little to no upgrades after this. We're not going to see another Adeyemi. We're not going to see another Ramirez. The only thing we potentially could see with this is maybe a evolution that does fit the bill. So if we were looking at all of these cards then, starting off, we've got our boy Solskjaer. There is some that are good, but not necessarily absolutely insane. Now, obviously with Solskjaer, we've got the finesse, the power shot, the first touch, and a bit of acrobatics. It's not quite what we want. A rapid with him would have been perfect. In terms of the level, he's decent, but definitely not the absolute top. So I think for Solskjaer, I'd be looking towards more of an A+, more so than anything. If we were to look then at the others, we've obviously got Marquez coming in as the other cheap. He's coming in now as a centre-back / CDM. I personally do like him as a CDM, but he's definitely more favoured in that centre-back role. Anticipate, slide tackle, long ball pass, and block. Pretty much kind of like the Virgil setup. The long ball pass is just thrown in there just to add a little bit extra. But pace-wise is a little bit lower in comparison to the centre-backs. And you've got to remember the level of centre-backs we truly have. Now, the only thing that goes for Marquez is his ability just in-game has always been fantastic. And that always gives him that kind of buy through. So if I can actually find him here, he would be a low S tier in my opinion. I've always liked him. He's a very solid centre-back, good on the defending physical aspect. Pace-wise, shouldn't be too much of an issue as well. And that leaves us with, obviously, our boy Ramirez and Sneijder. Now, both of them have had brilliant cards in the past. Ramirez is definitely up there. I expected a 5-5, so I can imagine there's going to be a Futties evolution that gives you a 96 or 97 that hasn't got a 5-5 into it, hopefully anyway, because I think that's the only thing really missing from him. His 450, which is fair enough. Prices now do go incredibly low, so prices kind of go out the window. Other than your 99 Neymar, 99 CR7, they're always going to be expensive, but that should be when you get the kind of repeatable grind. That's when you kind of have to try and get them luckily still. But with Ramirez, he's still relatively obtainable. He's not necessarily crazy hard to pack. But in terms of stats and what we've got different from the 92, obviously the intercept ping pass, his ping pass has gone into incisive, he's got power shot and a slide tackle. Now the only thing really I was expecting would be at least a 5-star weak foot. Even if he didn't get the skills, 5-star weak foot would have been a big upgrade for him. I think he's absolutely up there with the best of them. In terms of a solid CDM, I would say he's got to be absolutely in that top category. Now, we will update as we go through because this is the first week, so we have got very little to no comparison other than the top boys like Camavinga, a Vieira, a Hullet. They're kind of what he's comparing to, and I think in terms of Futties, he puts himself in the top category as well. If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. And then we have Sneijder as the final hero other than Futre. Now, Sneijder's always been brilliant in this game. He's that cam that just works. 97 rated, 5.5 as always. I think, was he a 5.5 to begin? No, it was a 5.5 after the UCL. Then obviously he got the 94. Great card. And another solid upgrade. The only thing he's missing is a finesse shot. Power shot, incisive. It's got the chip shot, but then he does have the rapid as well. In terms of a cam, he's up there for me. I've always liked Sneijder on this game. He's been brilliant to go forward. So he again will take one of them top spots. I can imagine he will drop very quickly if we get a lot of like 98, 99s, like a Palmer 99, and obviously Neymar's up there. Ronaldinho, if he gets an upgrade, and that's going to be the interesting part with a lot of the icons. How quickly do we see any of the greats of the game? Do they even get upgraded? Because there's a lot of icons to get upgraded still. They've managed to pick everyone that managed to get like a Galazzo or something closer, but greats of the game have not been touched as of yet. And then Future, in terms of the price, is brilliant, but is the card actually there? Now, stats-wise, brilliant across the board. Quick step, press proven, incisive, technical. It's a decent card. I don't think he's absolutely up, but I would say he's at least in that S, and the value of him is incredible. So you've got to take some of that into account. Now, icons, we've obviously got some big hitters. We've got Ribery, we've got Jarzinho as a 98, kind of already putting himself in there with Garincha. Stoichkov 96, big card. And then Baresi as a 95 centre-back. Now, Baresi is a standard. He's kind of like that Marquez, solid on the defence, but realistically, we've got better. Like we've always got better, and I think with Baresi personally, for me, I would probably go a low S for right now, kind of like Marquez. And once we get 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he would be dropped down because there will be 3 or 4 more centre backs added that are just better, and that is the key to it really. When we look at the rest of them, Jarzinho is quite an easy one, and to be honest, so is Stoichkov. Stoichkov's ultimate birthday was incredible. Such a good card. And I don't think this one's any different. I would personally go Jarzinho, quite an easy one into that S+. I don't think anybody would have any qualms there. And then obviously Stoichkov goes with him again. Ribery's a hard one, because I think with Ribery, he should have been better. He really should have been better this year, and I don't know how they make him any more desirable. Like, when we look at the base version, like, yes, it's not a 90+, but 88 rated from the start of the game, 5.5. He got the technical. I mean, it's decent enough. But even from the start of the game, it was like he just wasn't a new icon. Team of the Year, it's a decent upgrade. Technical finesse. By then, the finesse had been nerfed, but we know that you can still do it. And then we kind of had to wait a while. There was an evolution for him to make him to a 95. Wasn't the greatest, if I'm being real. And then we've got this 97 that is already 1 million coins, which is still expensive, I suppose. When we look at Ramirez at 96, still 450. It's still expensive, but I still don't see the hype around him. I really think he should have been up there with the best of them. Like, Ribery most definitely has got that ability. If you look at the stats, great dribbling, great pace, great shooting, passing's up there, physicality a little bit less, but the dribbling side of him should really take him to that next level. Now, I just don't think it does with Ribery, unfortunately. Kaka, on the other hand, up there, absolutely. It's a great SBC and a great card as well. His SBC was about, I want to say about 600, yeah, 662, 97 rated. They have changed him into a striker, and he has got the finesse, the rapid, the first touch, and then throw in a bit of technical. But stats wise, he's up there. He's such a good card for the price. You've got more than enough time to get him done. It's an easy card that is a must complete. And then that leaves us with the Futties cards. Now, we've got a few that are obviously into objectives. We've got a couple of SBCs. So the objectives, we've got Adeyemi, we've got Boniface, Bremer, El Shawari, we've got Reece James, Kalulu, and Kessie. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. And Adeyemi's got his own, so he's just in his one. Bremer is in the daily login completion. El Waran is the France champs. Boniface, James, Kalulu, and Kessie, I'm pretty sure, are in the cup. I could be wrong. Let's have a quick look. I'm 99% sure. I'm thinking one's there, so it might be two. How have I got the other then? Kalulu, what's he coming in as? One could be an SBC, to be honest. I cannot actually remember. So we got, oh no, Kalulu's actually in the team then. That makes sense. So if we go into the Futties team, so I mean, it's absolutely broken here. So Kalulu is not in the objective, it is the others. So it's Boniface, Kessie, and James in the Futties Cup. Now, I think all of them are brilliant cards. They've given them a nice upgrade. El Shawari, I think for what you have to do is not necessarily the biggest upgrade, but I can understand it's a free Futties if you manage to do the French Ultimate Cup. So, or the Ultimate, was it the champs? So that's fair enough in himself. He's got the rapid, the finesse. I just don't think he's really popped off this year. Bremer, about the same, to be honest. I think with Marquez and Baresi, they've just got that little bit more on him. Again, it could be personal preference. Boniface, I think he's going to be up there. I loved his team of the year, his team of the season. This guy's just going to be another nice upgrade on top. It's not necessarily the biggest overall upgrade, but having the quadruple, having the rapid plus now, big bonus for him. And he's got himself the first touch rather than the press proven, which I'd probably prefer the press proven for him, to be honest. I think that's what really made the strength of him get really up there, but I do think he's going to be a nice free striker. Adeyemi, to be honest with you, I think he's up there, but I've not been a fan of him this year. I really think he could have been better. He managed to get himself a team of the season moments. I think he's had multiple evolutions. It's just not been there. Now, he does have a good combination of playstyle pluses. That's the one thing I would say about him. The rapid into the finesse, the incisive for the passing, and then a whipped pass for the crossing. It's a very good playstyle plus card, and I think that's what they've tried to overshadow the actual card in game. I've just never been a personal fan of him. Reece James, very good card. For the fact that you don't have any matches to complete, so it's not like you have to win 10 out of 20 in the next 3 days. You could just keep going until you get him. I think that's a really good card to get, especially if you haven't got yourself a top-end right back yet. That is definitely well worth doing. 5-star weak foot, slide tackle, bruiser, jockey, quick step. Very good card in my opinion. And to be honest, he puts himself in the topper category of right backs. When we look at Frimpong, Walker, Carfu, and then we go to down to Klaus and keep going further down, he puts himself amongst the best of them in my opinion. And Kessie, very similar to Adeyemi. I think he's had brilliant years prior. This year, again, it's just not really hit, in my opinion. Maybe, yes, the fact that he's moved to Saudi, it's not necessarily giving him the greatest platform to get cards, but I do think he normally is better. So, unfortunately for him, he's going to sit in that A+. And then we have the actual team. So, again, we've not quite got everybody in there because for some reason Futbin has decided to only just give 4 players here. But we do have a fair few. So, Modric is going to be the one SBC that we've got. I think, again, another great SBC to do. And he's going to be the final Modric of this year. So, I think any SBCs from now on are always going to be worth doing, just because you're not going to get the chance again. So, I would always go for the the easily or the quickest to expire. So Modric would be first. I'd then throw in a Kaka, then I'd throw in a Futre. Get them all done as quick as possible, because then once you've done them, you're not going to be bogged down with all of the SBCs if you are looking to collect. And it's very easy to grind this game now. There is multiple ways to get packs, so it's a must. In terms of the card itself, I would go for a solid S. I think Modric is great at that box to box, but if you're looking for an incredible DM, an incredible cam, he's going to be great to float between. I don't think I'd go S+, I'd just go in the S for him. Then we've obviously got a few others in the lovely German pair, or at least the Bundesliga pair, I suppose. Grimaldo and Goretzka. Now, Goretzka looks lovely. Always does. He's always had a very well-rounded stats. We look at the base. Other than the pace, everything else is 80, and it's just progressed really well. The moments of him 90 across the board. Now we're just getting even higher. Anticipate, incisive, long ball and power header. Very nice selection going on there. And obviously, he's got to be up in the best of the best. Grimaldo, on the other hand, one of the better left backs in team of the season. And then we just got a flurry of cards. We got Mendy. We obviously got Alphonso Davies. We then got Roberto Carlos. We've had another Teo Hernandez. He's just kind of been left alone. And now we've finally got the biggest upgrade for him. Deadpool Plus is dead on a left back. I don't need it. It's not happening. There is so many cards with it. It's a shame. But he's got the Rapid, he's got the Jockey, and an Anticipate, and he's a 5/5. That is an incredible left back to go into this. I think he is an absolute must. And obviously with a Futties Premium, if it follows from last year, he will get max chemistry no matter what. We do have then Courtois. Nice upgrade. To be honest, I wasn't expecting a keeper straight away. Now, in terms of Courtois, he's one of the normal cards that is always very good. He managed to get himself a 91 striker, so unfortunately we've not really seen any upgrade to him other than this one. Now, if I'm going to go into this with my Courtois head, I've only played 2-3 matches with him. Normally it does take a little bit more for a keeper. Schmeichel has been on the top. He's been brilliant. I've seen him in so many teams, and whether that's because he's like one of the second or third highest keeper, I think joint second with Martinez, obviously Pickford being 98 is going to be number 1 at the minute. I think Courtois has that ability to stay up to that top. We then have Kalulu, as we found out. He's now 80,000 coins as a 95. Another very good centre-back. Got the Anticipate, which I think is a must for the absolute top. I think stats-wise, looking good across the board. Defensive play styles on all 4. Is going to be a good card. A cheap but good card at the minimum. And then once we get into week 2, week 3, he eventually comes down. Basically, what you'll do is you'll see a shift that anybody here will go down one. You more than likely will see like Marquez, Futre, Baresi. Ribery and Boniface and Modric will probably keep their positions in the S. I don't think there's going to be a crazy amount that's going to be better than them, otherwise they'd be up here, and then you'd see the likes of Kalulu dropping down even more. But for the moment, I think he's definitely up there. Sancho, on the other hand, another great card. 96 rated, gone back to United as well. That's one thing to always make sure you know, because he did have a moments in the Bundesliga for Dortmund. Now coming back to United, he's got himself a 96. In terms of the card, it's nice. It's a decent card. I think wing-wise, we've had plenty. We've had lots of left wing, lots of right wing in the top end now. Now, when we're looking at price-wise, it's very good pricing, and that's to be expected with these lovely upgrades, because naturally we've got loads of cards, so they're all in packs, everybody's packing them, and you can just grind it out unlimited until you actually get him. In terms of where I'd put him, I think for me, without the Rapid Plus, that's a big one on the wing. I like the finesse, I like the whipped pass. Power shot's decent in some scenarios, but realistically, it's not going to be the biggest one for me. So I would probably go more in an A+ for him. I don't think he really goes too much more. And then we have the absolute top. We have Neymar, Putellas, and Smith. I'm surprised they give us Neymar so quickly. To be fair, it does make sense because he didn't get anything in the Copa America as he didn't play. So I was expecting Haaland and Neymar to be on that front foot as Messi managed to get his 99. CR7 got a team. No, he didn't get a team in a tournament. What did Ronaldo get? Oh, he got a Path to Glory and Path to Glory 2. So he already got a 97 now. I'd have expected them to wait a little bit to actually get the upgrade. So I think with Neymar, it's quite an easy one. He's up there. He's got himself the trickster still. He just has to. Quick step, finesse, whipped pass. It's an easy S+, like top of the top S+. Putellas, I think, is another very easy one. And same with Smith as well. Smith's team of the season was absolutely nuts. I don't know why they didn't go for the 99. I understand maybe not putting too many 99s in there. We'll see if it ramps up or not. But a 1 upgrade, I would have much been more happier for them to go with like someone like a Lauren James. No, maybe she's 97 as well. Somebody like a Hemp or something and gone 98. Give her a good upgrade, a 2-3+ overall, rather than just giving us a +1. And granted, she got 4 playstyle pluses. She's kept the finesse. She's kept the quick step. She's obviously got pinged pass and press proven. And she's going to be incredible in front of goal. But I would have loved to have seen the 99. I think that would have been the biggest thing for me, is getting as many 99s as possible. That seems to be what this promo should be about, with the progression from the Festival of Foot. But I do think when we look at both of them, it's a very easy option for both. I'm absolutely loving Futtie, and I'm hoping I'll get her. We've had Team of the Year and Team of the Season moments. I'm hoping the 99 really comes in, because we've had her for so long now. We got the Team of the Year on the actual day of her coming out. So I'm hoping that we do manage to get her very, very soon, as she is just easily one of the better centre mids you can get now. So that's an easy one for them too. I think they absolutely smash it. Let me know down below your opinion on them. I think Futties started off really well. It will be interesting to see how we go on with week 2, 3, and then maybe 4. I don't know if we then just go to everything in packs.